How to maintain a long-distance relationship. It's simple. Men should not cheat, and women should not act up. Nancy announced her marriage and her long-distance relationship with her husband, Bob, has finally come to fruition. Long-distance relationships have become a hot topic again. So, how can long-distance relationships be maintained? It's simple. Men should not cheat, and women should not act up. I know a guy who works as a translator, and his friends call him Hedgehog. Hedgehog, 28, has been married for 5 years. When asked why he got married so early, he said that he had been preparing for years to marry his wife and thought that getting married was too late. He fell in love with his current wife in the second year of junior high. At that time, they were seated together and got into a debate about the size of the egg cell during a health class. His desk mate got upset and said, "I'm a girl, would I get it wrong?" When she got flustered, she would start to stutter a bit. At that moment, he found her cute with her round eyes, nose, and slightly chubby cheeks. He thought it would be great to marry someone as round as her, and that's how it was decided. He calls her Bread. When it came time to take the college entrance exam, Bread didn't do well. Her family had connections and managed to get her into a good school in New York. Meanwhile, Hedgehog was in Los Angeles, majoring in foreign languages. In a class of over 40 girls, there were only 2 boys, one being the somewhat handsome Hedgehog and the other being gay. Under these circumstances, it would be easy to lose self-control and end the long-distance relationship. But Hedgehog was resolute. As soon as he entered college, he told his roommates that he had a girlfriend and had been in a long-term relationship, and that he would marry her as soon as he graduated. This news spread throughout the class within half a day. He wore a couple's ring 24/5, even when showering. His close friends teased him, asking if he was afraid that people wouldn't know. His Instagram profile was filled with funny couple photos where his girlfriend was teasing him. His classmates called him the wife slave, and he fully embraced it. He would post photos showing off their relationship, all of which were chosen by his girlfriend and made her look beautiful while making him look silly. He didn't mind saying, "As long as my wife is happy, I'm fine." If a girl invited him out without a valid reason, he would refuse directly. If there was a valid reason, he would never go alone, always bringing along a funny friend who stole the spotlight. If a girl showed any other intentions, he would distance himself immediately, assuming a retrograde stance of keeping a distance between men and women. He would call Bread every night and talk until they fell asleep, every day. He would visit New York once a month to see Bread and to save money. He kept his diet simple, eating steamed buns and instant noodles. He was always serious in front of other girls, but would act silly in front of Bread. He often made up cold jokes, to which Bread would say, "This isn't a cold joke, it's just a cold joke that could give me frostbite." I know many girls are probably asking, are men like this for real? It's not just from a Korean drama, is it? In reality, I want to ask, why are there so many scumbags around us? Even though I often write about scumbags, it's just because stories involving scumbags are more dramatic and satisfying to criticize. But around me, there are many good men, all of whom are loyal in front of their girlfriends and wives. Hedgehog is just one of them. Hedgehog's parents divorced when he was very young, and he grew up in a single-parent family. Since he was young, he had hoped to have the warmest and most harmonious family in the future, and he was determined to prioritize his wife. Bread also deserved to be treated this way. Bread worked very hard. She said that at first she used to complain because a long-distance relationship was like having no boyfriend. Every time she got lost, had menstrual cramps, or was bullied, she wished Hedgehog was by her side, but slowly she learned to appreciate the benefits of a long-distance relationship. For example, she became more independent and even learned to argue, winning arguments. For her, who would stutter when flustered, this was an incredible growth. Every time she met Hedgehog, it was a high-quality date, and even the most ordinary activities felt extremely sweet. Bread said that she couldn't bear to waste time arguing with Hedgehog. Even though they were in different places every day, they both worked towards getting closer to each other. After 4 years of a long-distance relationship, they got married right after graduating from college, and their relationship has been very good so far. Those who predicted that they wouldn't last a year were proven wrong. Some might say you've written before that women should act up if they love you. When he's around, you can act a bit, it's enjoyable, and he can respond and make up for it at any time. But if he's not around, what's the point of acting up? Being unreasonable, regardless of time or place, is not acting up, it's just. In fact, the success rate of long-distance relationships is not as low as people imagine. Isn't there a study showing that the success rate of long-distance relationships is similar to that of non-long-distance relationships? Take Nancy and her husband, for example, one in Tokyo and the other in Taiwan. How do they maintain their relationship? The biggest secret is to use FaceTime to stay connected 24 hours a day. When they go to sleep, they place an iPad by their pillow and say good night to each other, watching each other sleep. Long-distance couples, take note. In an era where you can call, text, video chat, and see each other at any time, and where you can take a train or a plane to hold hands and go on a date, distance means nothing as long as both people genuinely want to be together. If you break up, it's not because of the distance, but because of a change of heart. Distance is just an excuse for a relationship that isn't strong enough. If a man cheats and a woman acts up, and they waver at the slightest temptation, quarreling frequently, even if they were in the same place, they would still break up. It has nothing to do with the distance. Just like a pair of friends of mine, they had only been in a long-distance relationship for 2 months and had already found backups in their respective places. Is this what they mean by long-distance relationships bring pain to 2 people and happiness to 4? Then these 2 terrible people found out about each other's infidelity, broke up, and were deeply hurt. They posted on social media saying, "It was all because of the long distance." To hell with that. Please remember, the only reason for any breakup is that you didn't love each other